Woo! What's up, everybody? Thank you. It's Charlie. This is You Heard It Here First. This is a podcast that you've been waiting for a very long time. And I mean a very long time. I had made it my, I guess you can say, duty to podcast as much as I can during the World Cup. But it only seemed like me and my homeboys were able to podcast one time. We had a nice live video stream going on a couple weeks ago where we were going at it talking about soccer for about 2.5 hours, I would say. And I mean, these are expert soccer guys. Me, I'm just, a casual fan, extremely casual when the World Cup come around. I think it started in that have been 2014. But back in 2010 is when I got a little bit of it. When I was a student in college, summertime was a big thing, taking some summer classes. And then in 2014, that's when I really got into it when I met my homeboy Antonio, who was on with us a couple weeks ago. It was me, Antonio, my homeboy Freddie, my homeboy Ethan, my brother from another mother, Ethan, holding it down in the Midwest. And tonight, it will be the same. Freddie, myself, Antonio, Ethan. We will be talking World Cup semifinals between France and Belgium and Croatia. I always jack that one up. In England. And then, you know what I'm saying, we're going to have some prediction on the third place game as well as prediction on the World Cup final between Belgium and France. And then from there, you know what I'm saying, we're just going to get into some overall, soccer talk. You know what I'm saying? Have some player movement. I guess you would say a blockbuster trade that sent Ronaldo to a new fighting club. And then what else? My homeboy Antonio, big Chelsea fighting club fan, huge fan of Chelsea FC, and they got rid of their coach, Antonio Conte. Is that how you pronounce that? Yeah. And then Antonio wanted to talk about this Wayne Rooney to DC United. You know what I'm saying? A big time footballer and overseas over there in Europe, wherever he plays, coming over to the MLS, and what does that mean? So I'm going to pause for a quick second. I'm going to send a link to my homeboys. They're going to jump in. And when I come back, I'll probably give you guys a quick, what are you drinking? Quick, what are you drinking? So let me go ahead and pause, get this link sent to the guys, and then I'll be back. Y'all stay locked, stay tuned. This is You Heard It Here First. This is Charlie, and I'll be back. Okay. So you guys know that I enjoy drinking beer, and today the beer of the show is called Sass Machine. This is a double Indian Pale Ale brewed with Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe. Arrow Lodge Brewing. I did a video on one of their beers just yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I haven't posted it, but I recorded the video yesterday. It was a great beer. Picked this beer up from my new bottle shop. Not even really a bottle shop. It's a gas station that they got some bangers, but I mean, they got some all right stuff. It's nothing like I would have in the PDX coming from my bottle shop. So can art on this is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? It's bright in color. See what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of psychedelic if you ask me. But let's go ahead and get this inside a glass. And see what it's about. This is going to be the fourth beer that I've drank from Arrow Lodge Brewing. And it looks good. I mean, you can't get mad at that. The look is there. And you guys know me being a beer consumer and not a beer reviewer. It's all about the look and the presentation. And you know what? The presentation is there for me. I like what's going on right now, even before I taste it. So as always, got to get something for the socials. So let me get a picture, and then from there, I'm going to give you guys a little tasty based on my knowledge. I like that. I'm going to roll with that. You know, sometimes the first picture is the best picture. All right. Smells good. Smells real damn good. So here we go with the taste here. I'm liking, you know, I got a better taste first sip from this one than I did the previous two I had. So I kind of like what's going on here. As you can see, my homeboy E just jumped in. What's going on, E?
What's good, brother? How you doing?
Oh, man, you know me, man. Just taking it easy one day at a time, baby. Got over the hump on Wednesday. It's Thursday. And shit, you might as well say the weekend is here.
Yes, sir. What you drinking on?
Got this little nice double IPA brew with, what's that, Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe from this brewery here. Well, not necessarily here in my area, but nearby, Covina, California. This is a joint that's called Sass Machine, brewed by Arrow Lodge Brewing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's my third joint from them, and it's the third one. It's the last one. This has the better taste than the other two. Not saying the other two didn't taste great, but I'm liking what I'm getting from this during the first couple of sips. So
did you say Mosaic, Citra, and what else?
And Simcoe.
I'd be all on that. Those are my I would honestly take Mosaic out to it. But Citra is my favorite hop. Galaxy would be number 2, but I like Mosaic hops. I like Simcoe hops a lot too.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, this one is pretty dope. I think the other ones I had a picture I sent there. I sent that picture yesterday with the air fried chicken. That joint looked better than this one, but this one sure as hell got the better of the taste. And then I drank one the other day that I put in the episode of What Are You Drinking? I'll probably post that video pretty soon. And that one tastes great as well. So I guess if you base it off of 1, 2, 3, we go 3, 2, 1 is the order in which I like them, which is a reverse order in which I drink them. So
okay.
Yeah. But as you know, man, my arsenal of beer out where I'm at is pretty damn limited. So, I mean, wherever I go, if I'm out and I see some stuff, I have to grab it. But it's nothing sexy out this way at all. I made sure when I was up in Portland last weekend to like load up on some stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll have some stuff that I picked up from one of my bottle shops sent to me in a few days. And then, you know, Great Notion just did the blueberry muffin and the peanut butter release a few weeks ago. And then I'll have those cans sent to me here pretty soon as well. Next week is Peach Punch. So hopefully I can be in the area during the release of Peach Punch, or I could do something that I said I would never do and have someone mule it for me. But I mean, desperate times become desperate measures. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that, man. Hey, if you can get any Great Notion, if you get a hold of any extra, let me know, especially that ripe.
Okay, I think I can have somebody. I think I have somebody slide over there.
They got ripe.
They still have, yeah, if they still, and it's ripe. Was that in Crowlers or was that in 4-pack?
4-pack.
4-pack. Okay. I think if I'm not mistaken, ripe just was it ripe? I want to say it was ripe.
Ripe just won a blind taste test.
Yeah, like the number one rated beer. Yeah, blind tasting. Yeah, so no, ripe is dope, man. It's the beers that I need them to always have on. At least they do. Or I can't wait for them to put it in a can. Is gonna be motherfucking the Mandela and the Paperback Pale. I mean, those are by far two of my favorite beers from Great Notion. So that's that. What you sipping on? Something dark?
Something dark. I got a Deconstructed Bomb from Prairie, the coffee version.
Nice.
The B.
12 ounce?
Yeah, the prairie joints are always 12 ounces. I went to a bottle shop that I didn't know was around the corner from my house until today, and I picked up the deconstructed bomb with coffee, the one that's done on coca nibs, and a birthday bomb.
Not bad, not bad. And I had the birthday bomb a few times before. I mean, it's got to be one of those occasions that I want something from Perry because those bottle prices sometimes can be steep.
These weren't bad.
$7, $8.
The thing is like this spot is like was literally the size of my living room.
Mm.
So it was weird because I was looking around and they had coolers with a bunch of shit on it, and you know, like local joints or you know, like mass produced shelfing. Like, they had like Ballast Point and some other shit. But I like took the tour. They had the Sour Sisters from Island, all four of them actually. Which the only one I haven't had is Halia, but they were charging like $35 for that joint. So I was like, no thanks. And so I came around. I was like, yo, they had Bomb, they had the B and the M from the deconstructed bomb set, and they had birthday bomb. So I grabbed a birthday bomb and then the two deconstructed ones. I wasn't gonna pay $35 for a bottle of beer. That's how. Not a that.
I mean, you ain't got that much hair on your neck, man, to be paying that much.
Yeah, right.
Freddie, what's going on, Freddie?
What up, Charlie, man? What's good, Ethan? How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yo, Freddie, go ahead.
What up?
The top 5 things you enjoyed about Vegas this time around.
It is probably the same as it's been the last few go-rounds. The vibe, the weather, time with my boys. Man, but I don't even know, man. It's just, I can't even name the top 5, bro. I just know that I'm not sure I could survive another one. I don't know if I got it in me anymore. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot of drinking, a lack of sleep, a lot of gambling, man. It's just tough, you know?
That's a young man's sport, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, but it was dope. It was dope, man. It was a good weekend to be out there. Sports, UFC, you know, some fights. It was a dope time to be out there.
Not bad, man. You know, I'm about 2 hours, if that. I guess you can say it's about 2 hours from where I live at to Vegas. If I wasn't in Portland, man, I would have been there. I would have found a way to come holler at you.
Hell yeah, man! I'm telling you, like, man, the summer league, you know, everybody's out there right now, so it was dope. It was a cool vibe.
Not bad. What you sipping on?
I am sipping on Christmas Morning from Hardywood out of Richmond, Virginia. Homeboy Randy Gardner Jr. sent it to me a while back. It was sitting there. I was like, yo, I gotta get rid of this bottle, man. I gotta drink this thing. So here I go. It is a milk stout. I'm probably gonna pay the price tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna enjoy it while I drink, you know?
Freddie the beer bear of VA. Look at him.
I'm telling you, and he's keeping the trend real. Christmas in July. Look at that. God damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Griswold himself.
Yo, speaking of that, Thirsty Dog in Akron actually has put out 12 Dogs of Christmas for this month, which is one of my go-to like winter Christmas beers. Like I've kind of strayed away from Christmas beer just because of like this, like it's overly spiced. So like in your younger, like less mature palate days, you're like, oh, this is great. But you start drinking beer and it's got like wild cinnamon and nutmeg and ginger and allspice and shit in it. You're like, eh. But that's one of the ones that has always been like fire. So they got that out for Christmas in July. I just haven't seen it down here yet.
Yeah, I still
if they got a Christmas beer out right now, then what's next? Some pumpkin beers coming out early?
Usually August.
August, yeah. You usually see fucking Oktoberfest and pumpkin beers in like August now.
God.
That shit used to be like the ass in September, but now it's like let's put these shits out in fucking May. Fuck it, why not?
Marketing sometimes kills and sometimes it's good.
For sure, man.
Well, cool. Check it out, man. Let's get into this World Cup talk. I know y'all boys ready because y'all been talking back and forth throughout it in the group chat. You guys are the experts. So I guess France took care of business over Belgium.
Called that.
What did Belgium not do that worked for them in previous matches?
I'll go first. So 2 things happened with that game. Number 1, Roberto Martinez changed his formation and his tactics. So Belgium typically plays a 3-4-3, but this was more of a 3-5-2. So the attacking element wasn't there because Fellaini started the game, and he usually doesn't. So when you look at Belgium when they play, it's typically 3 in the back, and you have Axel Witsel that holds. He's the holding midfielder, and that frees up Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard, because Eden Hazard doesn't really stay in a spot. He goes wherever he wants. So Eden Hazard was stuck wide the whole time, and I think that with a guy like that, he have the ability to roam and go where he wants, and it's a combination of that and Belgium played a midfield that's better than theirs. Like the thing that makes them tick, they played against someone that had a better midfield than them. So with all the missed opportunities on both sides, like it came down to one mistake, and Belgium made the one mistake, unfortunately, and France capitalized on it. So it is what it is. Like I honestly expected that game to be higher scoring. Like my prediction was 3-2 in favor of France because I thought that game was going to be wide open. But Roberto Martinez shot himself in the foot, almost, I would say.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. I think as well that I think overall too is like, you know, you even when it comes down to the basic of it, man, it's just. I mean, Belgium had its chances. You know, it's a game. Sometimes it comes down to those. You know, you guys just take the opportunity when it comes, man. And you know, they fail to do so certain times, and that's, you know, sometimes it comes very simple as that. You got to put that ball in the net.
Did you have France over Belgium, Freddie, or the other way around?
Yeah, I've had France from the beginning to win the cup, man.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. Did you drop a cent down on it?
No, I did not.
Damn, Freddie.
But you know.
Damn, Freddie. All right, so France, y'all liking France's chances?
Yeah, for sure.
Overall.
Yeah.
I've liked them for a year. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. And Belgium, what's next for them?
Fairly young squad still, man. The golden, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they got time, dude. They're still next World Cup. They're still gonna be pretty damn young. You know, they have learned, and who knows what, you know, whoever's coming up. They're gonna have some ample opportunity and time. You know, get more cohesive and.
I think that you're right. I think that they're golden generation now because. If you look at their stable of guys, Thibaut Courtois is only 27 or 28. You can be old if you're a goalkeeper. I mean, Gigi Buffon is 40. But you've got De Bruyne, you've got Hazard, you've got Romelu Lukaku. Hazard's the oldest of the bunch, and he's 26. So you've got those three. You've also got Yuri Tielemans, Adnan Januzaj, who used to play for United, who was actually at the last World Cup, and he was 19 then, so he's only 20 now. So the future is bright with them. I think that they need to stick with Roberto Martinez and just kind of grow from there. The Euros are in 2 now, so I would honestly expect Belgium and France to be the front runners to win the Euros in 2 years.
Word up. Word
Can you guys
up.
hear me?
Hey, we
Yes,
can
sir.
hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. All right, cool.
You got any thoughts on France over Belgium?
France over Belgium. I didn't really get a chance to do any notes or anything for what we're gonna talk about. So, but I had France. I had France to win the game. I mean, the whole game, Pogba and Conte basically controlling that midfield. They went off that game, and just Belgium couldn't handle them. They couldn't handle them. I think those were the 2-star players for France during that game.
You just co-signed what I said.
Okay.
Before you jumped on here, I basically said, like, Belgium has a great midfield and France's midfield is better, and that's what won the game.
Huh.
Yep. Pretty much sums it up. Hashtag facts.
Hashtag facts.
So I don't know.
So that's all y'all started with right now is the France and the Belgium game.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. You came in right at the perfect time. We just wrapped that up. Now I have a question for you guys so we can move on to England getting taken care of. When you guys look at a soccer match and let's just say you didn't watch the actual match itself and you go to the box score, how do you guys determine what really happened? Because when I looked at this match, it looked like England was just every category to me that made sense, they lost. So the number of shots, 22-11, shots on target, 7-2, overall possession, 56% of the time to 44%, 594 passes to 486 passes. So that means they were pretty accurate with the ball, moving the ball around, staying busy. And then their pass accuracy was 80% to 76%. So not being able to watch the game, being, me, a casual soccer fan, but I like to look at numbers and stats if I miss out on the opportunity to watch any game. And that explains to me what really happened in the game and why a team won and why a team lost. But a lot of times you can't really look at stats. So for you guys, based on, watching that game that England lost, what did you guys see if you watched it, or what did you look at not being able to watch the game to determine how the game actually went based on stats and I guess you can say previews or the playback of the game highlights or whatnot?
I think those are very important stats, of course, but I mean the game has to be played always at the end of the day. A lot of teams sometimes, 80% possession and they take the L. The other team, takes advantage of the few possessions they may have, put shots on net, and they go through. So I mean, there's a game that's always going to be played. There's always that kind of balance. You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, I mean, England's first half, they came out the ball. I thought they were just, they were playing good ball, man. They were attacking. I feel like at some times though, they didn't play maybe aggressive enough, or they didn't quite finish some attacks that they normally would have or should have tried. I guess I don't know. I think at the end of the day, again, I mean, you're talking about Croatia, great midfield. These guys are extremely determined, and I think from the midpoint second half, in extra time, I think Croatia, they just ran. They could just run, and keep running. Like it looked like they just, they just had a little bit more gas left in the tank too, man. They really took advantage of that. I think extra time and just showed. And I think England played good defense too, but they showed a little bit more maybe inexperience in some cases.
Yeah, I would agree.
Go ahead.
So as far as like if you look at a stat line, you have to take into consider the teams that play. So if you look at Barcelona as an example, if Barcelona loses a game, all those stats are going to be the exact same as far as possession, passing.
Style the game they play.
So that's the style that they play. So when you look at Croatia's midfield, it's pretty indicative of how the game went. For me, I would say that England lost that game because they didn't put Croatia away when they could have. So Kieran Tripper scores in the 5th minute. Brilliant free kick.
Beautiful.
But that ball Lingard played into Harry Kane, and Harry Kane doesn't score, and then Harry Kane hits the post from the way. I think England was dead right there, because 8 times out of 10, if you give Harry Kane that same opportunity, he scores 8 times out of 10, and he didn't. And then he did what he did, and then everything kind of unraveled, and you just let Croatia hang around. And the thing that they're good at, which is their midfield, which I've said this before, outside of France, Croatia has the best midfield in the tournament.
Yeah.
That ultimately won the game for them because they controlled everything. England was out of their element, and I think they were ultimately defeated, literally and figuratively, because they saw the opportunity there. They didn't take it, and England pulled an England, and they fucking shit the bed. There's no way. Like, in the first 30 minutes of that game, England should have legitimately been up 3-0. And it should have.
They were playing on fire, man. They were moving that ball, and it looked great, like you said. But
yeah, Croatia didn't play good at all until they scored that goal.
True.
Until they scored the goal, and then Croatia started playing better. The game started opening up, putting pressure on. But before that, like England was pretty much dominating that game before that. And let's talk about how trash Raheem Sterling is.
You beat me. I was literally just going to say, right?
Ethan had nothing but great words about him.
That guy, man. I just like he has a lot of talent. It's just that he can do a lot of things, but then like when it comes to like actually trying to score goals, like he'll get everything until it comes to like he has the opportunity to score a goal, and then he doesn't score. And it's just like, what's going on? Like, this guy is just...
They should have... The third goal they should have scored. He should have played Harry Kane. And I looked at that, and like, my brother, like, I saw that play, and I looked at my phone, and my brother texted me. He goes, every time I see Raheem Sterling breathing, it makes me mad. Which
is so true.
I know what that means, because my brother's a United fan as well. But I mean, my alternative squad has always been 3 Lions. I always root for England in major tournaments, just because, you know, Manchester United ties the Premier League. But I look at Raheem Sterling. I'm like, you're fucking you suck. Like, he's terrible. Like, he's trash. And everyone's like, he scored 15 goals for City. My mom would score 10 goals for City tomorrow.
I mean, that's just this past season. I mean, he's not super consistent. He hasn't been super consistent with the goals. Like, he should be scoring goals, but he doesn't. And like some of the passes, the plays that he makes, some of the passes, it's just kind of like, what are you doing? There's times where you can see like where he's like brilliant, but then like more times than not, it's just like, what's this guy doing? It's just, it doesn't really translate and make any sense.
You're right.
But
Southgate knew that. Southgate knew that after the first game, because Marcus Rashford played way better than Raheem Sterling every time he came in.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to.
As far as the, go ahead.
I just saying, like, a lot of people are like, well, you should bench Raheem Sterling and play Marcus Rashford. They're like, oh, well, we don't want to ruin Raheem Sterling's confidence. Don't be trash.
Yeah.
There's an idea.
He don't got no confidence.
Don't be trash. Fine.
I mean, as far as like the what we were talking about, like the stats go, like looking at the stats, if you didn't watch the game, I mean, that's kind of, it's for me, it's kind of hard to look at the stats to determine how the game goes. Because, like they were saying before, like if you watch Barcelona or like Spain, they'll have like 80% possession of the ball all the time. And the times when they lose, they still have 80% of the possession. So it's like they're getting caught on counterattacks, or I mean, maybe it's an own goal, or set piece, or something like that.
They play that.
So it's
ticky tock.
yeah. So it's kind of hard to look at the stats and see like how a game goes. At least for me, and that's how I feel about it.
Charlie, what you're saying is like Barcelona could literally pass the ball 70 times and not be at midfield.
So they love sharing then.
Bro, they look like a pinball game sometimes. It's just real quick, short passes, people moving around, but that's the style Spanish kind of play.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And honestly, that style of play can be boring. Like
it is.
I do like Barcelona, and like watching Spain too. It's just like when you have that type of possession and that play, especially that last Spain game. Oh my God. Like all they did was just pass the ball like sideways and backwards. And when you watch that a lot of times for 90 minutes, that's like, it's not very entertaining soccer to watch.
Oh, not at all.
So, it's cool when you're playing that way. Like if I go out there and play that way and my team has like 90% of the ball, yeah, that's cool. I like that. But like watching it on TV, it's not the best to be watching on TV.
I always use like the example of like when Barcelona was invincible and you saw the chinks in the armor, both times were in the Champions League against Chelsea, because Ramirez scored that counterattack goal where he chipped Victor Valdez.
Yeah.
And then in the Champions League, the year that Chelsea actually it's the same year, it's the same game actually, when Fernando Torres had a 40-yard run at Victor Valdez by himself because Chelsea sat, and then Barcelona gave the ball away, and then they were like, here's one big pass, and then Fernando Torres is literally by himself. Like the world caught up, and like
Fernando Torres, biggest play for Chelsea
ever, and it's like
because he didn't do shit any other time.
People frown on like, oh, you're parking the bus, and it's like it's not always the case, because what do you do if your opponent keeps the ball 75% of the time? You're gonna have to defend with 10 guys, because they attack with 9 guys. So once they give the ball away, their initial response to that is to chase the ball down with as many guys as possible. If you make one pass out of that pursuit, it's a fucking wrap every time. Point proven, right? It literally, like, Barcelona's mantra is, we're going to keep the ball. If we give it away, we're going to – whoever is in the area of the ball, 5 guys are going to chase the ball and try to get it back. And if you play your way out of it, they're dead. What happens every time?
Word.
So,
well, I mean, so were you guys – nothing was a shock to you in the semifinals then?
England losing was a shock.
Yeah, I had England beating Croatia.
I had Croatia beating England. I just thought England, it's not coming home. I just thought it wasn't coming home. So
I thought they'd lose in the semifinal.
Yeah,
I just thought they just didn't have it. It wasn't in them on that big game just to bring it home. And Harry Kane opportunity, Sterling's opportunity.
That would hurt.
Couldn't get it done. So, I mean, I think that kind of hurts Harry Kane's stock a little bit too. I mean, Harry Kane scored these goals against these smaller teams, and then comes up to Croatia on the big stage.
He'll still get the golden boot.
I disagree.
You disagreed?
I disagree that it hurts his stock, because Harry Kane was debatably the best striker in the world before the World Cup, and he's the leading scorer of the World Cup. So, The only the only variable in the equation is like,
I feel like that's a big thing though. That's like you need to make that goal.
well, I don't disagree with that at all. But at the same time, there's a reason why he's like right now today. If Tottenham sold Harry Kane's worth 250 easy. Not debatable. Not quite
market.
You're right, and I'm saying in the market, in reality, is Harry Kane worth that? No. In this market, easily.
Yeah.
So, and there's a reason why Real Madrid, us, Barcelona, all the major teams are linked to him. But I think that if you could pick any person in the World Cup that's made the most impact and everything on their transfer stock, it would be the center back from Colombia who scored 3 goals. He scored the same amount of goals.
Mina.
The same amount of goals as Lionel Messi, by the way.
Yep.
Just put it out there.
Damn, boy, you always taking shots. Always taking shots.
I can't help numbers and facts, man. It is what it is.
But Mina's already on Barca. He just doesn't play that much.
He's gonna get. They'll sell him for a profit. And I think the other guy that's really raised his stock is Mario Mandzukic, because he's not gonna stay at Juve because Ronaldo's there now. That's not gonna
Ronaldo's there now. Yeah.
But Mandzukic is old too, so.
Somebody will take a flyer on his dumbass.
No, someone will pick him up, but I'm just saying that he's old too.
And they'll pay 60 for him because the fucking market.
He'll be
another round 3 years, and then he'll get signed to the Revs.
That's what I was gonna say. He's about one more stop away from MLS, man.
Yep.
Or Chinese Super League.
Yeah. Fernando Torres, right? In Japan.
He's in China, I think, not Japan. But
I thought he got signed to the Japan team.
Was it Japan or China? I don't know. Either way, it's one of the Asian countries.
Yeah, I think it was a Japanese team. Pretty sure.
Either way, they getting paid over there because they be splashing that cash. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, y'all, we're going to take a quick break real fast. And when we come back, we're going to talk about this third place battle between Belgium and England.
Yep.
Yeah. Prediction. So we're going to take a quick 45-second break, and we'll be back. Right on time. Look at that. So right on time. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to let my dog out for a quick minute, man.
Yeah, I've been eating like crap this week. I gotta get back to my basics. It's terrible.
I always eat like crap, so it's bad.
I've been doing good, man. I lost 34 pounds.
Dang.
Went to Vegas, lost like 2 pounds, but I just drank, never ate. So now I've been kind of like creeping back up. So I was like, this week, I'm gonna chill. Then next week I'll get back on the horse, you know.
Shit, I just ate some like lemon wings and some potato wedges, some breadsticks.
Killing it.
And I can't even exercise right now because of my knee. So
yeah, and the food
all
groups.
bad. All bad.
So I am mad at you with them wings, though. I say no to wings.
They weren't lemon pepper like Rick Ross said. They weren't lemon pepper Wingstop, but they were still good though. There ain't no Wingstop by me. Not where I live at, but I've been. There's just not one over here.
They're supposed to open one up real close to me, actually, like within 5 minutes. Man, but
do they have a lot of them over where you're at?
Nah, I've never been to one at all. I think it's one of the first few ones.
Good.
Wingstop's good,
Ready?
but there's just not a lot of locations around.
That's the deconstructed, right?
The coffee.
Coffee. Yeah. They say that's one of the better ones.
Coffee bomb.
Yeah, they said the coffee and vanilla. The coffee and vanilla are like the top two out of them.
I got the coffee and the coconut nib.
Yeah, I heard the.
How the hell you be? Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, Ethan, how the hell you be chugging them beers so fast?
It's a God's gift.
It's God's gift to alcoholism, I guess, right?
God's plan.
Kiki, do you love me?
Yo,
Hey, Freddie.
man. I can't get away from them videos, man.
Freddie, I need some Keytar beer in that box, bro.
I got you. I told you, I got you. I'm on my way back. I'll probably send it out. I'll probably send it on Monday for you.
I'm not pressed about it. I just want some Keytar beer. I want the can.
No, I got you. I already had you lined up on the side.
Can. I just want the can. I like the can.
The can's dope. I'm about to get that. The dude that makes the coasters, I'm about to get him make a coaster for it.
That's dope.
Let me know.
All right.
Yeah, if you save the can.
I will save the can. Welcome back,
Cool.
Charlotte.
Welcome back. I'm back, man. I had to get that little dog out, man. She starts to bitch when she can't get out to the bathroom, man. I'm sure y'all know how that is. If y'all got pets, when it's time for them to get out, they're ready to get the hell out.
Not even on that bullshit. I understand.
Yeah. But so here we go. Who we got in this third place matchup? Does it even matter?
Oof. Yeah.
It absolutely matters.
Of course.
It matters. Why does it matter, Ethan?
You're already there. You didn't make it to the World Cup final, and you're playing another team that also was one game away from the World Cup final. So obviously, you want to win that game. Number two, it was an all-European semifinal, so this is also going to set up the Euros. Like everything, like if you think about major tournaments, especially in Europe, they're always in 2-year cycles. The World Cup and the Euros are always 2 years apart. So when you think about France as an example, France lost in the finals of the Euros to Portugal. Now they're in the World Cup final. Belgium and England didn't make the World Cup final. Now they're trying to go ahead. And I think Croatia's kind of at the end of their rope because Luka Modric is old. Even Perisic is like 29. So I think that this is their last first best chance to do anything. And I think in 2 years, they'll still be okay. But going forward, they're going to have to rely on youth. But
Rakitic is 30, I think, right?
And even Rakitic is 30. So from the standpoint of upside, England, Belgium, and especially France have the most upside going forward. So,
and they already played in this World Cup,
right?
You know,
so
they already played once.
I'm
Excuse me.
wow. If I had to make a prediction on the game, whew, I'm probably going to say Belgium 2-1.
Yep. I agree with Ethan. I think Belgium's going to beat England, especially because damn near all the Belgian players play in England. They play already that style of ball. For one, they already beat England once. And I think, I don't know. I feel like England's more crushed about the Croatia loss than Belgium would be, I guess, to France in a sense. And I think Belgium might play to that. I think Belgium might just kind of, want it a little bit more, man.
Belgium's on some fuck shit, though, because they were talking shit after the game, talking about,
oh, yeah, they were crying, complaining.
You parked the bus. You didn't fucking score. Get the fuck out of here. You lost. Keep it moving. Eden Hazard, I haven't been Eden Hazard is a fantastic player.
He's a beast, yo.
But the day he said, my future is blue instead of red, I said, fuck his ass. Fuck him.
Hold on.
What's that say right here? What's that say right there?
The man had a decision to make. He had a decision to make.
I know.
Can make the decision.
Ethan bleeds the Red Devils, man.
Yeah, and Hazard's decision was down to United and Chelsea, and he chose Chelsea.
He knew what was up. He knew what was up.
So, which
Like,
is all right. That's cool, but like, okay, fine. Fuck him. He's a great player, but
hey,
like,
just let it all out. Just let it all out.
He's like, I want to go to London instead of Manchester. I was like, all right, well,
Fine.
good luck. Fuck you. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
He got. I said it in the chat, man. Hazard's just fun to watch with the ball, man. He got some handles, man. He got them Kyrie handles, man. He gets bumped, but he don't really lose the ball too many times, man.
Chelsea's gonna have a problem on their hands in the next 2 weeks.
I think. I guess I don't know. I guess we could save that, but on the same kind of topic, I think Hazard might be on his way out though, because I think Madrid's gonna try to pick him up.
Yeah, for sure.
I said, yeah, that's what I meant. Chelsea's gonna have a very hard 2 weeks ahead of them. Very hard. Drama. Pretty. It's been drama since all season too. Yes, you're right. Drama. No coach.
I guess we'll get to that a little bit, right?
Yeah, we'll leave it.
We'll leave it alone. I'm gonna say though, as far as the third place game, I'm on the opposite side. I don't think it means anything.
I mean, technically, I guess
it's just a friendly. It's just a friendly. It don't mean shit. Like, I mean, you can. I guess for individual players, maybe they can just go out there and try one last time to try to prove themselves for, other teams if they're trying to get that big transfer. But as far as like the actual game, it's just like what you get third place instead of fourth place. All you thinking about is that we should have been in the final, not we should have been in the third place game. Like, nah. To me, it's just a friendly. It's just a World Cup friendly.
I think it's a big game.
I mean, I feel you. I take that from a competition standpoint. Like, I never played in a game or did anything that has competition that I didn't try to win. So from that standpoint, like, it's these niggas got waffles, man. Fuck out of here. I'm not.
I think at this point,
great chocolate.
I think at this point it's more so for, like I was saying, like individual players just to try to like raise their stock as far as, getting paid and going to transfer to different teams or whatever, just proving their worth. On that note, I do think Belgium's winning. I do have Belgium winning probably 3-1. I'm gonna say
I thought 3-1 too.
I'm gonna say Hazard gets a goal, and then I'm gonna say Lukaku gets 2, and 3-1. 3-1 Belgium. For England, I think Harry Kane will get that goal, and then that's it. 3-1.
Hopefully, Raheem Sterling's on a plane back to London right now.
So hold up. All y'all going Belgium?
Yeah.
So what has to happen for England to win this game?
They have to play the way they're supposed to on paper, because on paper they're better than 98% of the teams in the World Cup. They have to actually.
I'm going to say 98.
From a roster standpoint,
98. That's a high number. That's like top 3.
It's a very high number, but look at their roster. They're very good on paper. Very good on paper. But it's England. They shit the bed. That's their job.
Wow. I mean, honestly, I think if England wants to win, Raheem Sterling actually has to have a fantastic game for them to win the game.
Trash.
But I'm saying he's got to have a fantastic game for them to win. That's what I'm saying. Raheem Sterling, fantastic game. England will have a chance.
I'd make him shovel dirt at the Etihad.
Listen. I'm going England. All right, and if England wins, That means all three of y'all have to chug
I ain't
the
chugging
amount
shit.
of goals
I was gonna say, this is when Antonio's
Belgium
gonna
lose
pass out.
by.
Charlie, I'll send you a box of beer if England wins that game.
Listen, check this out. What's the score y'all think Belgium's gonna win? How many goals?
I say 2-1. I say 2-1.
2-1.
I said 3-1, just like
3-1.
Okay, so check it out.
3-1.
If they win by the score of 3 or they win by the score of 2, then I'll chug either 2 beers back to back or I'll chug 3 beers back to back. However, if England wins, give me. Ethan said he's gonna lace me with a box of beer. Freddie,
Sam
you can
Adams,
chug.
Boston Lager. That's what you do.
hey, directly from the source.
In the cans.
All right?
Yeah,
How
they got the
about
can
this
one.
next time you come down to San Diego, I'll buy you a beer.
Good.
There's a lot of
All
options down there too.
Hey, all right, cool. I like that. All right, so
But
let's go ahead.
hold up. I want to say something. England, top 98% with their roster. So Pickford, Kyle Walker, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Jordan Henderson, Trippier, Lingard, Dele Alli, Ashley Young, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, and then your subs: Butland, Pope, Rose, Jones, Alexander Arnold, Cahill, Delph, Dyer, Loftus-Cheek,
Jamie Vardy.
Welbeck,
Welbeck's
Vardy, and Rashford. You're saying that's top 98%?
On paper, yeah. Bruh.
Nah.
Kyle Walker's the second most expensive defender of all time. Throwing it out there.
So?
I think who's gonna score? Hey, Tony said Kane. I think. Damn. Yeah, he turned his AM radio on. I think Dele Alli's gonna score for England. I think he's gonna be
Dele Alli.
Yeah.
He's he's inconsistent too. I mean, he's good, but he's inconsistent.
He didn't come up to the big game, but he's a big. He plays a big game well.
I'm just
Even though it's a third place game, it's a big game for him.
Lingard,
top 98%.
Watch out for Lingard, son. Watch out for Lingard.
98%, maybe 90%.
Watch out for Lingard.
5%, 85%. We can move on. I just had to list that.
All right. So we get to the finals. Who we got in the finals there? Freddie?
I told you, man. Les Bleus. Le France.
Ethan?
My prediction on the final?
Who you got?
France 3-0.
3-0.
Oh.
Wow.
3-0.
Hold that.
Who you got, Tom?
I got France. Probably France 2-1, but I actually put in a bet today and I put it on Croatia. So
wow.
you try to get the underdog money.
So we'll see what happens.
So with France favored to win, what do you expect from this match then, Ethan, since France is favored to win?
The same thing that happened in the Belgium game. A very good midfield is going to run into a better midfield.
Young midfield.
but that's true. But you've got N'Golo Kante and Blaise Matuidi who could literally run from your house, Freddie, to Antonio's house in like a day.
Oh, for sure.
You got Paul Pogba, who's playing very well right now. Griezmann's playing very well. Olivier Giroud's playing the best he's ever played. And you've got Kylian Mbappe. Like, that's not fair. Like, if you look at the defensive third of the field, when you match up France and their offensive third versus Croatia and their defensive third, that's not fair. And I think that the strength of Croatia is going to get negated by the fact that they're playing a better midfield.
Here's a quick question. Do you have any message for the Red Devils after watching Paul Pogba win the World Cup?
Do I have a message for them?
The coaching staff?
Yeah. Watch what they've done the whole tournament and fucking do that.
pretty simple, right? It's pretty simple.
And
hey, Mourinho's gonna do what Mourinho wants to do. Like
right.
Jose Mourinho.
Right. And I think signing Fred actually helped that cause, because you're gonna basically give Paul Pogba the ability and the freedom to do whatever
he wants to move,
which is what he needs to be effective. So hopefully,
creativeness.
I mean, Jose Mourinho is in Russia. He's been on TV talking about the fucking World Cup. He's had to have seen it. So,
the whole world's seen it. So
everybody's seen that shit.
Pogba's still one of my favorite players, even though he went to United.
He came from United. What are you talking about?
Went back to United.
He did go back. Right.
Cool. Okay, so this next one is for Antonio. Since you decided to take the underdog, what can an underdog like Croatia do to steal this World Cup?
I just the midfield. I mean, I feel like if France has their midfield has like an off day, they are young, so you know that inexperience. If that inexperience starts getting to them to where they can't handle the pressure, Pogba has a bad game, Conte has a bad game, and Modric plays very well, that Croatia has a very good chance of winning. So, I mean, I still think France will win the game, but as far as betting, the actual favorites and the underdogs, the way that it was looking, and knowing that Croatia was a pretty good team, I went with Croatia. So, you know, I only put 30. So if I lose 30, whatever. But I'll win like 150 if Croatia does win.
Not a bad come up.
Not a bad come up at all. You know, 5 times in your money. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Cool. So here it is.
But yeah,
Freddie,
the midfield.
Midfield?
The midfield Croatia has to step up. And also Mr. Matt, I can never pronounce his last name. Mandzukic. He needs to score a couple goals too. So Subasic.
Who's the player within their midfield that's capable of stepping up and making something happen?
Luka Modric.
Or does it have to be like
Modric.
a collective type of thing?
Modric is like the best midfielder in the entire world. So he needs to he definitely needs to be on his A game and control the whole game. If he's able to control the whole game and pick out the passes and find the space and all of that, they have a really good chance of winning. He doesn't score a whole lot of goals.
I like Luka Modric. I just don't really like.
But he knows how to control the midfield.
Cool. Now, we all know as sports fans, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we can grab some sour grapes out of the jar and keep our mouths closed when our team isn't in the mix. But I'm guessing, what will make this match a snooze fest for a casual soccer fan, Freddie?
I think it depends, man. I don't know. It's going to be tough, right? Because I guess it depends what you mean snooze fest, as in like Croatia can't, like, would it be a snooze fest if Croatia really can't keep up with France, and France just, you know, like the age of the midfield shows for Croatia, let's say, and you got these France kids just running up and down that field. Is that snooze fest if France blows them out the water? You know what I mean? For the casual fan, or is that exciting for the casual fan? You know what I mean? I guess it all depends. I think if France has a shitty game overall and Croatia plays their style of play, it can get kind of maybe like a snooze fest kind of, you know, type of thing, where it becomes more of a. I think, especially coming here, right, United States, I think we're used to a lot more like in other sports. You know, we like in baseball, we like home runs. In football, they like the deep ball, the running back, the long run, right? Boxing, the big KO. basketball, the dunk, the alley oops. It's a showmanship. You know, the fancy dribbling. France has that, I think, ability to play more than, let's say, you know, so that could be enticing to some people who are the casual fans in soccer. And they're like, damn, look how France plays. As opposed to, let's say, Croatia, let's say, and you know, and France has a shitty game, and Croatia just brings the ball down. They play tactically. I guess that can be a snooze fest for the casual fan, and that may happen. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be exciting for even the casual fan. I think France is going to show out a little bit. I think if the game goes especially if the game goes south of Croatia quickly, you know, in that first half, I think France is really, you know, I think it's going to be exciting. I think people are going to be like, damn, look at these dudes. They can play ball. So I don't see it being a snooze fest per se, but I can see why it would be, I guess, in those kind of situations.
What you think, Tom?
I think if one team plays like a more defensive game and just sits back behind the ball and waits for the counter, then it's going to be a snooze fest for the casual fan.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, if France just starts storming down and Croatia plays back, I think it's going to be one-sided, almost looking.
If it's like France versus Portugal for the Euros, then it'll be a snooze fest, because I mean Portugal won that game, but they just sat back behind the ball the entire time. So I don't know if you get what we're saying by sitting back behind the ball, like playing defensively, like no one.
No, I get that.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like no one. They're like, the forwards aren't like pushed high up. They're playing more defense. Midfield's playing more defense. They're just kind of absorbing everything that the other team's doing and just waiting for like a mistake just to like break out on a counterattack to try to get a goal on a counterattack. But if they play like that, the entire game, it's gonna be boring. And if it turns into like one, or like France or one of the teams just plays like a big, like tactically, like a possession type of game, just holding the ball all the time, that's gonna be a boring game too. So I don't think it will be boring, but it I mean, there's always that possibility depending on how they decide to run the tactics for the game.
I think the game will be wide open because of the way they both play. They both play attacking, so I think
that's true. But you know, you never know; they might change it.
I know France can't change because they can't play any differently. From a versatility standpoint, I think Croatia has the advantage there because they can kind of tailor how they play. But the way France plays, I think they're gonna get forced out of that. So,
well, that's why I was thinking. Like, if France get the advantage very early and they can keep that momentum, I think Croatia might just, you know, they haven't really withered in any other games, but I think that might be that body shot that kind of does them in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the same can go to the other side too. I mean, Croatia has showed almost an undying will again, especially like again I said, like against England. To me, when I saw that, you know, maybe from the 70th minute on, it was Croatia started attacking, opening up, and they the will was just like, we want it more than England, man. You can just see that, like, England just almost bending the knee little by little.
I don't think it'll be boring, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So will this be the first, second, third? Who's this winning this World Cup? Is it going to be any club's first World Cup championship?
It'll be Croatia's. France won in '98.
I think only 8 countries have won the World Cup or something like that.
Like 8. All right. So how long? All right, 8.
I think I could name all 8 of them too.
Yeah.
So you got Uruguay, Brazil, Germany, France, England, Italy. Oh,
Spain.
That's 7.
And
Argentina. That's
Yeah,
8.
eight.
I guess I got like surprised, and then that's when I realized the shit's every 4 years. So,
But it's still only
but still,
a
think about
small
what
amount of
countries are playing.
teams.
Yeah.
no,
Because what
I get
Brazil
that, but I'm
has,
just
because
Brazil
Brazil
has-
has 5.
Brazil
so,
has.
I mean,
Germany has 4. So
yeah.
it's still
And,
a
I mean, I
small
guess, like,
amount
when
of teams who have actually won it.
No, but I'm saying the multiple winners. But when you say like 8, then it makes you think of like, all right, the NBA's been around for however long, and majority of those championships are between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics. And you have like the Bulls and the Spurs that's next with like 6 and 5, and then you got who else after that? The Pistons got 3, the Blazers got 1. Then it's like every other team either got 1 or they have 2. So, I mean, when you think about how long the World Cup has been around, and there's only 8 countries to like win it. And within some of those countries, you have multiple championships or multiple World Cups. And that's like, wow, that's pretty big, you know what I'm saying, if you think about it.
yeah. And you think about shoulda, couldas, like Italy should have won in '94, but Baggio decided to kick the ball to fucking Anaheim from the Rose Bowl. Zidane decided to headbutt Marco Materazzi.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a trade-off right there because France was dominating that game until Zidane did that shit. Italy thoroughly outplayed Brazil in '94 until Baggio kicked the ball to fucking Temecula, California. So
shout out to the cities he's naming.
I'm telling you, man, he's named Anaheim. He didn't went all the way to like from the 5 all the way to the 15, and that's like 45 miles you've covered.
Hey,
man.
so
the 5.
So at one point in your life, did you live in Southern California to be throwing out these cities?
I didn't. So my wife, her aunt lives in Northern California in Temecula.
Temecula, that's a nice area, man. Nice little area.
Dust Bowl Brewing.
It's all right.
Dust Bowl Brewing.
It's all right.
So that's how I know about that.
When is it I didn't have but? Was it 2006?
No, it would have been 2008.
No, it couldn't have been. It was because it's 14 was Germany.
26.
06.
It was 2000. Is 6?
Huh? Yeah, because 2010 Spain won 2010. Germany won after 2014. So it has to be 2006 because 2002 I think Brazil played Germany.
It was 2006 because Gennaro Gattuso still played soccer. His old fucking snarling looking ass. Yeah, the math is right because that's what 12 years ago.
Yeah,
Zidane's been on Madrid's coaching staff for years, so that makes sense because that was the last.
It was 2006.
I'm pretty sure that's the last game. I'm pretty sure that's the last game Zidane played. Period. That was such a good game until that shit, and then David Trezeguet missed a penalty.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Chuck? The headbutt?
Yeah. He was like,
yeah, no, I've seen that. I do recall that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, well, check this out. We're going to take another quick break before we wrap up. The last 15, 20 minutes, we're going to discuss some topics that you guys threw out in the group text. So this blockbuster move, and is this blockbuster move something you would compare to a blockbuster move in the NBA, in the NFL, or MLB? What does this mean for Real Madrid with Ronaldo leaving? What does this mean for his legacy moving forward, I guess? You know what I'm saying? And what does he have to do to totally separate himself from like the rest of the world of soccer? And then we're going to talk about the team Ethan loves to hate and the team that my man Antonio loves to love. They dismissed their manager? Call him manager or coach? What do you call it?
I don't hate Chelsea.
No, same thing.
He's a Man City.
I don't hate Chelsea. I hate Man City and Liverpool. I don't hate Chelsea.
Okay. All right. I stand corrected. And then
Then
we got
talk some
another
MLS.
yeah, we got another tired player from real soccer who's coming over to baby level soccer. So me and the homies
MLS on the come up.
AAU.
Hashtag support local soccer. Support local soccer.
Cool. All right, yeah. So we'll be back in a quick second. You said AAU of soccer.
What it is, man. It's pickup ball.
Man. What's up?
It's pickup ball.
Man, you guys got to start showing MLS.
I told you, I'm going to the game, bro. I'm over
so
here, man.
You're going to go?
Hell yeah.
I said the other day, my Galaxy kicked Columbus Crew's ass. I wanted to talk shit to Ethan about that, but he probably don't even know. He don't care because he don't be watching.
Yeah, I think he might fall a little bit, like, you know. that was a blow. I was like 5-0.
It was 4-0.
Nah, man,
4-0.
It was a good game, especially for the kids, man. Again, man.
The tickets are cheap, man.
Bro, you would love. I'm telling you, you wouldn't love the area because it's like where I'm at. It's like we're on different coasts, so it's like very like over here, like the grungy East Coast vibe over here. But if you like soccer, the city I live in, bro, forget about it. You love it over here.
Man, Southern California is all about soccer, man.
I'm telling you, man.
We close to Mexico. We got all the Mexicans out here.
Come over here, man. We got everything, man. Portuguese, Brazilians. I mean, this is remember Massachusetts is after Brazil is the most popular, second most populated place in Brazil for Brazilians. Massachusetts.
I didn't know that. That.
Dude, it is mad Brazilians, mad Portuguese, a lot of Africans. You know, Cape Verde. You got Spanish, Mexican, like everything, bro. It's crazy. Where I'm at, literally here in this city, there's tons of that, and it's just ridiculous. Like men's leagues, pretty dope. Like some really good games.
Over here, I mean, you have some of that diversity, but overall, in general, it's mostly Hispanic. So you know, Mexicans, Central American, South American, especially Mexicans. I mean, we're right next to Mexico. Like it's literally 45 minutes if you don't want to count like waiting in line at the border to cross.
I'll tell you what,
but
there's a park that always has there's two soccer fields there. It's about a 5-minute drive from me. If you go there on a Saturday or Sunday, depending what like local club teams are playing.
Yeah.
And there's no seating for people. There's just you bring your seats or you're standing up and watch. You can catch 2,000 people easy watching.
Wow. And it's just in the
and
park.
Who's playing? Is it like youth games or is it like what? Like who's playing in these games? That
it depends. It could be it depends. It can be 18 youth. It can be men's league. It depends. Okay. I'm talking about like you can't find parking for the block around. It's packed. They got like music, food going on. It's bananas.
It's like fucking Rucker Park.
Yeah, for sure. You can compare it to that. Yeah, it's crazy. People on the mic. It's exactly what it is, man. I'm telling you, it's dope, dude. If you like soccer, man, you'll love it. You'll be like, yo, this is such a cool vibe.
That's dope.
Until you see the field they're playing on, it's like, bro, don't try to slide tackle because you will have a scar for the rest of your life. You might slide tackle over broken glass. Who knows what, but they play.
Hey, man, have you ever like
my son said y'all give him a shout out real quick.
Kingston, what up, bro? What up,
Young
Kingston?
What's good? What's good? Listen to Early Morning. What's good, buddy?
The Rastaman.
Say, take yourself to bed now.
Go to bed, man.
Sticking to his roots. Okay, Charlie.
I'll see you in 20 minutes, Kingston. I'll see you in about 20 minutes. I got to wrap up with the soccer pros, and I'll see you in about 20 minutes.
We got 20 more minutes.
That's wrong.
Yeah, I got 20. I got 20 in me. So, Ronaldo, He got what do you say this? He got bought out of his contract.
He transferred.
He got sold, got transferred.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
Transferred.
And, so how big of a blockbuster move is this? If you have to compare it to any other sport, I mean, is this a real?
I'll stop you there. It's bigger than all of them.
Yeah.
Is it bigger than all of them because of the fact that the compensation and the monetary aspects of it, or
that's part of it, but it literally shifted.
It's not the most expensive move per se, but it's a giant move.
It's bigger than all of them except here in the United States. I mean, everywhere else in the world is talking about this transfer except here. I mean, like, I watch like Sports Center or like PTI or Around the Horn. They talked about it for like 20 seconds, but like anywhere else, like you turn on the Spanish channel or something like that, they're talking about it for the entire time. Like, it's a huge deal. And it's crazy because it's like, I wonder how it's gonna affect, like, as far as like ratings for like La Liga and stuff, for how much eyeballs that, you know, Ronaldo brings to watching Madrid games, because it's not going to be the same anymore. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who probably won't have as much interest of watching Madrid games because he left. And like the Clasico is definitely not going to be the same anymore. It's not. I mean, it's still the Clasico because it's the rivalry. The rivalry will always be there, but like it was like on another level because you had like the two best players in the world on rival teams. Messi on Barcelona, and they had Ronaldo on Madrid. So now you don't have Ronaldo on Madrid anymore. You just got Messi on Barca. So it kind of El Clasico, it kind of like takes a little bit of a hit.
It becomes more like a Messi versus Real than
it takes a little bit of a hit. I think the whole league takes a little bit of a hit because as far as the league is concerned, there's only really two teams in that league. And it's Barca and Real Madrid, and now their top player gets transferred to Italy. What I do think that it was a good move for Madrid to transfer him right now.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
This is probably the most amount of money that they're ever gonna get for him, which is right now, and he's 33. I believe he's same age as me. I think he's 33 years old. So I mean, he's only getting older. He's not gonna get as much money as he's getting right now. So as far as Real Madrid, it's good business. As far as Juve, I don't necessarily know if it's good business for them for the amount of money that they dropped on him. I think
it is.
I think I'm leaning more towards that it is, because it's gonna bring more viewers and more eyeballs to watch Juve games. Because like back in the day, like Serie A, the Italian league was the league to watch. Like that was the top league. It was not Premier League. It was not Spanish league. I mean, Italy was the league to watch the players, and you know, attendance went down. They had a bunch of scandals and stuff going on over there. So, like the viewership of the league went down a lot. So I think it's definitely going to help the viewership of the league. That Ronaldo's over there. Definitely gonna have more Juve fans. You're gonna see a lot more people walking around with Juve Ronaldo jerseys on.
Facts.
So
Facts.
As far as the Italian league, it's gonna help him out. What's up?
I just want to chime in. Like I agree 100%. I thought it was a good move for Juventus, but I thought it was a better move for the league. I think, as far as for that, because they are a struggling league. I mean, and you got like AC Milan, who's having huge financial issues, you know what I'm saying? And
also true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think it's a better look for the league, I think, and bringing them in.
They just They just caught for financial fair play. They're going to be in Champions League for 2 years,
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like, so, like, I think it's a better look for the league than
They can't even play in Europe for 2 years. They can't even play in the Europa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy what's going on, but I think overall it's a good move. I mean, it's a good move for Ronaldo. Juventus is a good move. I mean, it's not. I mean, you could say like someone's losing, but no one's really losing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're taking a huge L.
Yeah, I don't see how adding Ronaldo to that team though is gonna help them win Champions League.
I disagree 1,000%.
I still see them winning Italy. No, I still see them winning Serie A, but I don't know how it's gonna help. I don't know this. I'm just saying from what I'm thinking, I don't know how that's gonna help them win Champions League. If you can convince me otherwise, then let me know how it's gonna help. But for right now,
so
that's what I'm seeing.
So as far as Ronaldo to Juve, yes, that helps the league dramatically. What I was going to say that's different from everyone else is, number one, that makes Juve the Champions League favorites now.
You think so? Right now, they're Champions League favorites because they added Ronaldo.
Well,
so let me just sidebar real fast. If that's the case, you consider Ronaldo the best player in soccer right now in the world.
Yes. No, and actually, no. There's two ways to look at that. Is Ronaldo the best player in the world? Yes. Who is the best player in the world right now? It's Mohamed Salah.
All right, so let's just swipe him out. Let's just go with.
I see what you did there. Wink, wink.
Yeah. So Fred know where I'm going with this. So if Ronaldo's the best player in the world right now, and it makes the team he's on the favorite, LeBron James is no doubt the best player in the world right now. So that would make the Los Angeles Lakers the favorite?
No. Because
Hey, Ethan, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just throwing sour grapes at you, man.
But here's the reason why I say that. Who lost in the Champions League final 2 years ago? Juventus.
Juve.
Who went to the Champions League semis this year? Juventus.
Without I know what you're saying, all without Ronaldo. Now that they have Ronaldo, that'll put them. But you know what? How do you know that Ronaldo is even going to be a good fit in there? Like, he might not be a good fit.
He's going to play number.
Ronaldo making Juve the excuse me, Jesus.
Because this move
it's like saying England's 98% better on paper than 98% better than all the teams. Right? It's almost the same shit what you're saying.
I mean, because this move is not a move to like win Italy. This move has got to be a move to win Champions League.
Of course.
It has to be. And I mean, I just don't know. Like, I don't know how good of a fit he will be actually in that squad. So we'll see what happens. But It's definitely works. It'll work out for both ends.
I mean, Juve already has really good players.
They sold him for 105 million euros.
Yeah.
So what does this? I guess what does this really mean for Real Madrid then? What does this mean for their club?
They just use that money to go buy somebody else.
They just got some money. They're gonna get maybe a younger player who's got some.
And they won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, and everything else that they won. That's brilliant business by Florentino Perez, even though I think he's a giant piece of shit. But okay, good for them.
So it's no hard feelings. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? LeBron James leaving Cleveland to go to Miami. This isn't the same. You know what I'm saying? The people of Real Madrid, they're happy. They had a stout player that went out and did what he had to do, represented for their team.
No,
and I
don't think they're necessarily happy that he's leaving, but they're not gonna be like burning jerseys and shit because they sold Ronaldo off. Because I mean, Ronaldo did so many things for that for that squad. I feel like they'll be appreciative for what he's done for Madrid, but they would still like him to be in Madrid and not going to Italy.
I'm still.
Bro, listen, Real, it just opens up a lot of doors for Real, a lot of opportunities. They can go out and get the Hazard. I mean, they can get a lot of people, man. I don't know if they can get Kylian Mbappe because
They have to sell another player. That's why I said earlier.
He could, but remember, he rejected an offer when he was very young to Real because he wanted to continue to develop in France.
But it's different. He plays in a farmers league now.
Yeah, no, okay. Robert Lewandowski, Dybala, they can get Dybala from Juve.
Here's my point. When I found out that Juventus was in advanced stages for him to transfer, part of me was like, United's just going to gazump this and buy Cristiano Ronaldo. And I was okay with that, but they didn't, and I was also okay with that because you have to take into consideration Ronaldo's 33, and they just paid 105 million euros for him. So when you look at the future of your squad, yeah, you're going to make your money back, but in 2 years, is Ronaldo going to be worth 105 million euros?
That's the problem.
No.
You said in 2 years?
No, he's not, and he'll be 30.
So hold up. So I'm going to ask you guys for like a blockbuster deal. So this reminds me of the Albert Pujols deal to the Angels. I don't know if y'all remember that one.
I do, but there's no DH in soccer.
No, I'm just saying that. But when he went there, he was good for 2 years, and then he fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, but
so I don't think
there's other contributing factors that may have caused some of the fallout.
But how much are they paying Albert Pujols?
Shit, they still paying his ass right now, if I'm not mistaken.
But how much?
That was about I don't want to say maybe like close to $200 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so
let me fact check that, but I think it was. I mean, it was at the time the biggest deal in baseball at the time.
You're right. So Ronaldo was sold for 105 million euros, and he will make $60 million odd dollars a year because he makes $500K a week. So if you think about that, that's $18 million a year over 4 years. But how much money are you going to make after jersey sales, likeliness, all that? Juventus will make their money back.
No doubt. I think every team that gets a big player is going to make fucking more money than they, sign the player for. I get that.
Who holds it? But Anaheim's not making that money.
Oh hell no! Hell yes! Oh yes, they are.
Not as much as Juventus is making off Ronaldo.
No, probably not then because this deal was done in 2012. So 2012. So you know what I'm saying, that was, now if you say that, yes, they'll probably make more money than that Pujols deal, because I don't think Pujols was that big of a player here in the United States as my man is that big of a player over across the seas.
Yeah,
so,
but
yeah, I get it coming from.
Did the Angels make all the money they spent on Albert Pujols back in 1 year?
Back in 1 year? Shit, I don't think the return on any investment for a player not named LeBron James in the United States is that good. That's about it. So no.
Well, Juventus will make their money back on Ronaldo in 1 year.
They probably already made the money back.
Yeah. That's the point.
So Charlie, can I add to your questions?
Go ahead.
Who do you honestly think is gonna fill in the CR7 boots for Real? If you had to say, who are your top two dudes? You say, okay, this is what I think Real's gonna go after.
You asking me?
Well, I'm not really gonna ask you. I'll ask the panelists.
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Okay. So I thought you said, "Hey, Charlie, can I ask me a question?" Like, you ask me something about MLS. You can't ask me something about soccer all the way over there.
Wait. So what was the question?
The question is out there.
Who's gonna fill in? Who do you think? So you got two candidates. Who's gonna fill CR7's boots?
And
if you had to think,
your name.
who could?
So You're talking about players who are already on the roster, or someone who they're gonna think it
a transfer. Yeah.
I didn't eat them. What? There's been like 3 names mentioned: Neymar, Mbappe, and Hazard. I mean, I would probably say Mbappe. Mbappe is 19 years old, so I mean that would be the smart move.
Mm-hmm.
I can see LeBron. I mean LeBron.
Whoa! What the hell?
Neymar. I can see Neymar being a little bitch and going over to Real and doing his little diva thing and going over there.
And they said Florentino Perez loves Neymar, man. That's the word in Spain.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to pay $300 to get him.
Yeah, but hey.
But hey, that lends
if they like him enough, they'll do it.
I was just saying, hey.
Remember what I said about Gareth Bale?
Yeah, of course. But
I'm telling you,
you don't know until you don't know.
I'm telling you, Gareth Bale will get sold this summer, and United will buy Mbappe, Neymar, or Eden Hazard. And I'm going to say the first 2 before the third one. Because Abramovich isn't going to sell Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
Not unless, like, someone walks up and says, here's $200 million. Here's $200 million. I want it.
I think Mbappe is, for me as well, was the number one, like, you know. But just
Mbappe is the top guy right now. He's the guy that you want to go after.
Agreed.
So, and they just need to take those Neymar talks off the table. Neymar should have just stayed in Barcelona, but he went over to PSG.
Paris Saint-Germain.
I mean, I know he was trying to prove like he's like some big like
the man
superstar player. Yeah. Like he wanted to be the man, but you can't be the man in the French league. I can see one side of it that, you know, being the man over there, but you know, it can bring like more notoriety to the French league because he's playing over there. So it's like it will get more eyes for people to watch, but then at the same time, it'll have to take a lot more players to go over there. It's not a big enough league yet to where, like, if he's the man over there, then it's gonna mean something. Yeah. It's just like right now, it's just
the Farmers League.
He's the man of nobody. So he should have stayed in Barca. So I mean, Messi's not gonna be there forever. So Suarez ain't gonna be there forever. Like,
yeah, but Messi,
Charlie,
Messi's only 20.
France are saisons, and then you have like Spain with they're like Spain is like the double IPAs and the barrel aged stouts as far as the cash is involved.
Thanks.
Hey, it could be worse. You could have said they were like an AB InBev, but you said a saison, so that lets you know
styles, yeah.
They're still crap.
Like I'll drink one. I'll drink one, but I really won't go out of my way to grab one. You know what I'm saying? Like
France's goose is Bourbon County after the buyout.
Hey.
So, all right. So here's my last question before we move on. What does this mean for Ronaldo's legacy moving forward? So how can he totally separate himself from Messi and anybody else? Granted, he's older.
I think he's done a lot already, man. Like I don't think it's gonna just another chapter, I guess, per se in his legacy. He's dominated a lot of leagues. I think he's just gonna obviously Serie A is not that serious. You know what I mean? Like I think he's just gonna do his thing. Hopefully, I don't know. You know, when the age catches up, and I think what's written is already written. I think it's gonna be, you know, he's like Ronaldo's that like. Besides like skill in the football, I think he brought other intangibles. You know, like the pretty boy, the flashiness. You know what I mean? Like he brought that to the table. He already set his name in stone as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like this dude that was like this hush hush quiet kid that was just nasty at football and that was a wrap. You know what I mean? He was that dude. You see him in yachts. You see him with these people. You see him with that. You know what I mean? So it was like you have to like the intangibles have to be added onto that too. I think that that move does. I don't think it's going to affect him. I guess in the long run.
So you know, named all the positive things. What negative? Is there anything negativity that could like?
Yeah, of course. Because if he goes there and he's trash, the media thing is gonna be like, "Yo, Messi is that dude."
Okay.
You're right, but here's what's gonna happen. He has a 4-year contract. He's gonna win Serie A 4 times easily because
that's what I'm saying. But worst comes to worst.
But if and when Juventus win the Champions League, the Messi Ronaldo conversation dies because he's done it.
Because Messi's never
because Ethan says so, or just because
he's done it. He's done it in the 3 best leagues in Europe. He's already dominated England. He dominated Spain. He's going to go to Italy. If he wins the Champions League, it's a wrap. Because the rest of the world caught up to Barcelona. Barcelona's not scary anymore. They're not.
Don't you dare say that again.
They're not.
We're going to boot him, Charlie. Get him out of here.
Barcelona's not scary.
Hold on. But before I move on, I mean, my man Tone, it looked like somebody's choking him and he's trying to breathe. And he wants to say something, but he can't.
I think Tone is on my side, man. We're Messi boys, man, over here. This side.
I mean,
Tone, how do you feel about that?
He's el maestro.
I'm a Messi man. Like I still take Messi all day. But as far as how it affects Ronaldo's career moving to Italy, I mean, it's just another chapter, man. I just feel like it's just another chapter. It's not gonna be bad. I don't think it'll be bad for him to go over there. I don't think, unless he's like I said, like you were saying earlier, like he plays like trash, like he doesn't do anything. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So I think it's a pretty good move at his age. Just leaving. He's still playing in one of the top leagues in the world. At his age and on that team, he's gonna win trophies. I don't know if he's gonna win Champions League, but he will win the Italian league, no doubt, at least one time, like while he's there. Probably, let's be real, it's probably gonna be every year that he's there. So it's a good move for him. It's a very good move for him. What happens to him after that is like
MLS?
What I think about. I'm like, is he coming to MLS? Like, what is he gonna do?
He likes that money. They don't pay him.
I think he retires.
You think he retires? That's it?
I think that Ronaldo goes to Juve. He does what he does, and he's done after that.
So even at whatever age he'll be whenever his contract is over.
He said it's a 4-year contract. He's 32, 33 years old. He's going to be 36, 37.
He'll be 37.
I would still like him. I would still like to see him come play in the United States.
I won't be mad at
him. Like I would still want him to come play, just for the fact that even if he's not, obviously he's not going to be that top guy, but coming over here with his namesake, whatever team he ends up playing for is definitely going to help the league as a whole grow, because you're going to have a lot more eyeballs watching MLS, watching these teams, watching him play, because the same thing happened with David Beckham when he came over here. So I would love to see Ronaldo come over here one day. I would love to see Messi come over here one day and play. If they both happen to come over at the same time, or just both come over sometime and they play on rival squads. Like, even if they're like 37 years old, shit, like sign me up. Like, it's their name at that point. It's just their name. Like, their name is big enough to where it doesn't matter. Like, whatever team that they're gonna come to, if they end up coming over here, they'll have people watching those games. So, but to him going to Juve, good move. It doesn't. Nothing. I have nothing bad to say about that move as far as him going over there.
Charlie, you ever watched the series The Wire? You guys are familiar. One of the best series ever, right? So I'll put it to you like this:
the best series ever. Stop.
Yeah, that's what you said. Okay.
Debatable.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. So here's this.
Ready? I think on the cover was better.
No, you bug.
What?
Listen, here's my.
You talking about Malik Yoba?
Actually, that's
me and Freddie. That's me and Freddie.
I was Detective Torres.
Are you the dude that was dancing next to Michael Jackson in the Beat It video?
Yeah.
Yo, Freddie Torres and I'm Malik Yoba. What's up?
Check out my bank account. Holla at me. Anyway.
Hit it.
So Ronaldo to Juve is like The Wire, right? Let's say this move, worst comes to worst, him and Juve could be like season 2 with the Greeks. It was the slowest of the seasons. However, it doesn't take from all the seasons. It's the best series. You see what I'm saying?
But it set the series season 2 set a whole lot of stuff up though.
Yeah, but it was slow.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
You know what I'm saying? So like it doesn't take away from the whole picture. You see what I'm saying?
I get it.
We'll see. It may not be. It might be beautiful. You don't know. But I'm saying let's see what happens.
Cool.
I'm very curious to see how. No, I was gonna say I'm very curious to see how Dybala ends up playing with Ronaldo, like how that combination works out, because that could be dope. Like,
he's gonna be the number 10.
That'll be dope right there.
I was like, yo, I'm Messi's boy, yo. I can't play with you. I'm Argentinian. Me and Higuain. I ain't fucking with you.
No, if he was Messi's boy, he would have played in the World Cup. That tells you everything you need to know.
Hey, that might not be Messi's choice.
Who do you think ran that squad?
Yeah,
Sam Pauli.
Yeah.
And they're considering him for like if he ends up leaving to the United States squad.
No.
Charlie, where you going? You said, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Apologies.
No
for the U.S. coach, huh?
Oh God, no.
I don't know if you guys are even U.S. soccer fans, but
we were talking about Antonio. Tell him why you felt earlier. Did you catch that game? Ask him.
Which game? Wait, what? I'm lost now.
a little LA versus Columbus.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch that game? LA Galaxy versus Columbus. The Galaxy stomped out the Crew. It was like 4-0.
Damn, E.
Ethan.
Nope.
Damn, E.
He said nope.
Damn, E. Damn, E. All right, before we get out of here, man, we got rapid fire real fast.
Let's get it.
How you feel about the dismissal of your coach, your manager, your leader?
Chelsea does that all the time. It's not that serious.
That was a really short stint. What's up with that?
Chelsea's like, I love firing managers.
This is something that you get used to being a Chelsea fan.
That's what I'm saying. They love doing it.
That's that they do. So I mean, you can be great coach one season and the next season not do so well and your ass is gone.
Jose Mourinho.
Then they bring you back like Mourinho. They bring you back like
Diaz Boas. All those guys. Like it's just the way that Abramovich is. But
The
apparently,
dude Champions League for you too. Before AVB,
Conte. What's up?
I said the dude that won the Champions League before AVB.
Oh yeah,
The Italian.
Why can't I think of his name right now?
He's bald headed. I can't think of his name.
That's Di Matteo.
Roberto Di Matteo. Yep.
Yeah, Di Matteo won the Champions League for us in 2012, and
Got fired in 2000.
his ass was gone. So, it's life being a Chelsea fan. I mean, I think Conte had issues going into this past season as far as not being able to pick up the players that he wanted to get. Whoever he had an eye on.
Mad beef with Ethan's boy Diego Costa.
Yeah, and then having issues with Costa in the beginning and getting rid of Costa, and there was just a whole lot of drama. Just honestly, for me, I'm just kind of glad that it's gonna be over. So, I mean, would I have liked Conte to stay? If there wasn't all this drama surrounding Conte and like the upper management and them not getting along and everything, then of course I would have liked him to stay, even though we didn't have the best of seasons this past season, because I think he is a good coach. But with all the drama that's going on with him and all the upper management and stuff, I think you need to go, because I mean, all the upper management people, they're not going nowhere. They're not going to leave. So the only choice is, the coach got to go. And also too, if there's issues with like certain players, and if certain players don't like the coach and they really don't have any plans or wanting to get rid of certain players, I mean, that's another way for the coach to get the boot too. So I'm more so on the side of I want him. It's good that it's finally going to be over. So I'm glad that he's leaving, because I'm tired of the drama and hearing about it. Word. So that's where I'm at with that.
So could he find himself with Cristiano Ronaldo? Because it looked like he managed that between 2011
That's where Conte came from.
Yeah.
So can he find himself back there?
Max Allegri is not going anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say no.
I mean, I don't think Allegri is going anywhere. I mean, I can see Conte maybe going to coach the national team or something, because
we did that.
They didn't do so hot, or just coach. I mean, he'll have a job somewhere,
anywhere he wants.
He's too good of a coach not to have a job. So he'll have a job somewhere. It's just a matter of who it's gonna be and when. But I really don't have any ideas right now where he would end up.
Word. All right, so we got another U.S. soccer tone that you want to bring to the table. Wayne Rooney, you know what I'm saying? An old legend of overseas soccer has finally punched his ticket in a retirement home called the MLS.
I like it.
What does that mean for MLS, for my man Wayne Rooney to represent DC United, Tone?
Huge.
2 thumbs up.
I think it's a big deal, because it is Wayne Rooney. I mean, he's definitely going to bring eyeballs to the league. He'll bring the England people's eyeballs to the league. They're going to get people to come out to the games. Here's another thing too, is that for the longest time, DC United did not have a stadium. They played at they didn't have their own soccer specific stadium. They played at RFK. So you watch them play at RFK in that huge ass stadium, and they only fill like this little section of the stadium. It's like sad. it's like, what are they doing over there? But DC United has a very rich history as far as like winning championships and stuff, because they have the second most titles next to my LA Galaxy.
Oh, here we go.
But they actually they have a history of because they're one of their original clubs, but their owners
MLS title.
Yeah, the thing with DC United is that their owners did not and didn't want to spend money. So like recently they've been shit. So like this season they're actually last place. So the fact that Wayne Rooney is coming over to this squad, to this last place squad, to try to help them rebuild this, I'm assuming that they have plans to spend more money, to try to bring more players in, to try to get this franchise back up to where it used to be. And then also too, their new stadium opens, I believe, next week. So I think when their new stadium opens, that's going to be the first game that Wayne Rooney's playing in. So it's all coming. It seems like it's all coming together for them, and it's definitely going to help the league grow as a whole. Now, as far as if they're going to be able to climb out of last place just because Wayne Rooney came, I don't know. That squad is like has a whole bunch of issues to where I don't know if necessarily just Wayne Rooney is going to help them even have a chance of making the playoffs. But it's definitely going to help them. It's going to help the franchise in a long run as far as like monetary wise, as bringing more eyeballs to the squad, more eyeballs to the league. Good thing. Good thing.
And the thing about Wayne Rooney is he's the most prolific player to ever come from Europe to go to the MLS. Wayne Rooney's the all-time leading scorer in Manchester United history. So
yep,
that's a very, very, very big achievement. And I think that the thing about Wayne Rooney is he peaked and then he fell off the cliff equally as fast, because Wayne Rooney was that guy until 2 years ago, and then he just the drop off was so significant. But
yeah,
from a skill standpoint, Wayne Rooney is still every bit as good, but he's not. I mean, he couldn't do it in Europe anymore. But
I think he'll be able to do it in MLS. I mean, the game is definitely not as fast. It's definitely slower. It's MLS is pretty physical though, but it's definitely it's a slower game than it is over in Europe. So he should be all right. It's just the fact that I don't know if just adding him is enough for DC United as a team to even have a chance of making the playoffs this season. They need more than just Rooney to help this squad out. As far as play on the fields.
Singularly, yes, but like again, like as far as like U.S. soccer MLS is concerned, like you said, he's like a more of a household name. Very agree. Like it brings more attention to MLS. It may bring more ass to seats, for lack of better terms, and also again, like some of the intangibles I always think about, me being a football fan, and I think about this a lot of times too, is like, what does he bring the actual like U.S. soccer? What does Ibra bring? You know, what did Beckham bring? Ideas, different ways to play, different strategies. Young dudes over here like, yo, you know, how do you do this? What are your ideas about this, et cetera, et cetera? You know, those little things that Rooney can bring to these young players and be like, yo, you know what I mean? Because once someone learns that, they can keep passing it on. Hopefully, it improves the development of some of these players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's gonna be a big boost for that team, especially like I said with the new stadium. They're gonna need people to show up. I mean, fill the seats for this new stadium. I mean, they didn't want to wait all those years to have this new stadium just for it to be empty. So you just need to have a draw for these people to come watch these games. So now, they'll come watch these games instead of saying, well, our team sucks, like we're in last place. Now it's like, well, we've got Wayne Rooney. Now we can possibly do something. We can go see Wayne Rooney play a game. So, we'll go to a United game. So it's gonna be good for the league. Another thing that just made me think about now that we're talking about MLS is how Ronaldo is on Juve, and Juve is going to be playing the MLS All Stars in Atlanta. So I was just wondering if Ronaldo is going to play maybe 10, 15 minutes during that All Star game for Juve. But I mean, we'll see.
What's the date of the game?
It's the end of this month, I believe.
End of July?
Yeah.
No chance.
Like 5 minutes for the people.
I don't even think
for the culture.
I don't even think he'll be there.
5 minutes for the culture.
He'll get a month off from the World Cup.
I mean, I'm curious. I don't think he will, but I mean, it would be pretty cool if he did end up playing like 5 or 10 minutes during that game. But yeah, you do have the MLS All-Star game coming up, which is a interesting concept that they do here, to where they don't do that in the other soccer leagues around the world. So I don't necessarily know. Like, I think it's okay how they have the MLS All-Star game, but I don't know. It's just kind of like it's best players versus one team. So right. It's like, if all of our supposedly best players in the league can't beat like one squad during a friendly game, it's just kind of like, well, maybe we're not improving. Maybe we need to go to like a different system. There's an argument that MLS shouldn't even have an all-star game. So I don't know. That's a whole different topic. But yeah, so Wayne Rooney, great. Love it. Go Galaxy. Trash.
This Saturday.
And
the Revs are gonna get up in their ass.
But what else is?
I'll go watch a Crew game against DC, I guess.
Right?
Against DC. Well, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps for these teams, especially for the Crew. If the Crew wants to stay in Columbus and not end up getting moved to Texas, you should show up.
Cheap. $70, $30. You good.
But ain't nothing really else going on in MLS besides that's the big announcement going on there. I mean, a lot of players are starting to come back from the few players that did get called into World Cup squads are starting to come back to their MLS squads and play with them for a little bit, which is kind of weird how MLS doesn't really adjust their schedule for the World Cup.
No,
but what's up?
I said they really don't at all.
No, they don't. I think they have like 2 weeks off, like the first 2 weeks of the World Cup. There wasn't any games going on, and then after that, like they continued to run the league. So they should change that, but there's a lot of things they should change. But yeah. You got those players coming back, joining their squads. You got All-Star week, their All-Star weekend. They try to build it up kind of to like a NBA weekend or some along those lines. You got that coming up. You got what else is happening on this side of the pond? Oh, International Champions Cup with all the club teams coming over to the U.S. and playing their friendly games. So we have that going on. I'm actually going to the Tottenham Roma game that's here in San Diego. So we'll see how that goes.
No Roma.
So that should be pretty cool. I know up in LA they had
what a hater.
Barca. I think Barca and AC Milan were playing at Rose Bowl, and then I think United was playing somebody too. I think United might be playing Barca in the Rose Bowl too.
They do. United also plays Liverpool in the Big House in Michigan.
Yeah, so I mean that's American soccer right now. What's happening in the U.S. I'll throw my bits and pieces here and there of MLS because I know I watch more MLS than all of you guys. So I don't know if we got anything else on the agenda here. Just soccer? Are we talking other sports or what?
Les Charlins.
Or is that up to Chuck?
The Rasta Monster got Charlie all over the place right now.
Okay.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. Ethan, what up, man? What you drinking? Let's turn this into beer.
I'm not drinking anything right now. I'm done.
What you like about to fall asleep?
Oh, you smacked? You
want a cookie?
Yeah.
My man. What kind of cookie you in?
Huh?
Chocolate chip.
Word.
Cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate
Get
chip
some milk and cookies.
It's so hit and miss.
I want some milk and cookies.
Milk and cookies. You can't really go with chocolate chip. Yo, I'm such an oatmeal raisin dude, man. I'm so 80-year-old.
I told that faggot to take his ass back upstairs.
Where my milk and cookies?
I don't like raisins, so that's why I don't like oatmeal raisin cookies. I like oatmeal, but I don't like raisins.
Oh man,
they're
grapes, man. You like grapes?
I like grapes. I just don't like dried up old grapes.
Yeah, that's the best.
Bitches.
Fuck with grapes, man.
Would you bitches like some grapes?
Now forget a beer review. I saw this dude. This dude in a beer review said he was talking about some beer drink. He was like, it's like I'm drinking like old sun-dried grapes. Like he tried to be fancy with it. I'm like,
nah.
Just say raisins, motherfucker. Don't make it sound like your palate's so defined.
Oh, there's something I wanted to talk about. What do you guys think about Gigi Buffon going to PSG?
Leaving should have waited 2 months.
Yeah.
You should have waited 2 months.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say is he should have waited 2 months.
I think that Juve should let him retire there when he wanted to. Because he still performed at a high level. And he got thrown out of the last game he played in too. Side note.
Yeah.
So
I mean, PSG's keeper before was what, Trapp, right?
Yeah,
Trapp.
Right now, it's the dude that plays for Croatia. I think.
A Subicic?
Yeah, it's not Trapp anymore. I know that.
Nah, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. The dude that plays for Croatia. But it's definitely
right.
I know it's not Trapp anymore.
I think you're right. I'm trying to look it up right now.
I'm just trying to think of the line. Gianluigi.
I mean, he's probably wishing he could have stayed so he could have played with Ronaldo. So,
right?
He's 40. He could play for like another 5.
He's a goal.
That's what I'm saying. Goalie's got it good. He's like, I mean, I wouldn't say got it good, but you know, they got to move quickly.
Next up, he'll be playing it over here in the U.S. Galaxy need a keeper.
You guys want everybody.
We need a keeper over in L.A. so we can take him. He can play over with us because our keeper's trash.
I think what?
But I mean,
Brad Kennington, I think is the goalie. Kid like that.
What's up?
I'm trying to remember the Revs goalie. I think I said it's Brad Kennington, I think, or Kensington. I forgot his name. Kennington, some shit like that. Can I just say, I don't want to hear Alexi Law's voice for another couple of years.
He's the worst pundit on television in all sports.
Oh my God, he was so trash at soccer anyway. Shout out to the local leagues. I know some people, the other dudes that gave him the business, but it was all politics several billion times.
I think he's exclusively with Fox. So Champions League starting this upcoming season, it will not be on Fox anymore. It's going to be on Turner Sports. So however they decide to put it on TNT or TBS or however they're doing that, I'm not sure. But Champions League is no longer on Fox, so you won't have to hear him on there. I think the only time you really have to hear him is if you watch U.S. games for when they have U.S. games on FS1. And that's probably about it, or MLS. So
he needs to go away forever. He
ain't going nowhere.
Terrible.
Glenn Davis.
I agree he's bad, but he's not going anywhere. Like he'll be there for a little bit. Fox doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to soccer. Yeah, they have a lot of coverage, but like
Eric Winalda,
their whole analyst team is garbage. So terrible. It'll be interesting to see how Champions League does on TNT and TBS. I wonder if you're gonna start hearing like shout outs from like inside the NBA crew talking about don't forget to watch like Champions League tomorrow morning or some shit, or like some skits with like Chuck or something, just like doing random soccer shit trying to promote Champions League.
Facts.
So I'm interesting to see how that works out. Oh, Chuck don't want to close the show out, huh?
No, my man Freddie's about to close the show out. You know what I'm saying? Freddie is not a stranger when it comes to being on the show. I mean, my man Freddie been on the show to do some sports talk.
I like that.
I got to get him on and do another live beer review here pretty soon.
I like that.
But no, when we gonna link up again? Are we gonna link up directly after? Or
we could do it. Give me
Sunday.
Like directly after the game?
I want to say directly. You gotta give
no. What I mean by directly meaning like you know what I'm saying, like after. Hopefully it's not like a week later. You know what I'm saying?
I can do it Sunday. I can do it Sunday evening.
Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends on where if I watch the game at home or if I end up going somewhere to watch the game.
And that game on is at 8 a.m. in the morning. Is that correct?
Yeah, but you remember how the last World Cup, how they had the World Cup North part? Chuck?
Oh man, it was about 1 million motherfucking people out there, man.
Yeah, they're doing that again. This time they're gonna have, instead of just like one big screen, they're supposed to have two this time, and then plus all the little little restaurants and stuff around there are gonna have the games all on the screen too. So
let me tell y'all something about North Park. I haven't been in North Park since maybe 2015, and I was just there a couple weeks ago. And every brewery in San Diego has a tap room in North Park. And now when I say every, I don't mean every, but there's about 10 breweries in a small city that's probably a radius of about 5 miles. And there's about 5 no shit breweries there, and about another 2 to 3 decent drinking spots. And then, got about like 2 bars that have awesome tap lists. So just in that little area of North Park, San Diego, man, you can have a great time and drink some great beer from the source, or 2 places that have killer tap lists, 2 to 3 places with killer tap lists, and then the other couple places that are just cool to hang out.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's gonna be cool. I just haven't decided if I want to go yet, just because it opens. The game starts at 8, but it opens. Everything's
gonna be on there like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, they're opening everything at 7, so, but people will be down there earlier to probably set chairs up and stuff, and I don't know if I want to deal with all that, but I remember when we went last time, it was cool.
I had my son with me, y'all.
Right? You left early.
And my son was like 3 months old. He was a baby, and a baby carrier. You know what I'm saying? He was like sitting on my chest, man, and a baby carrier was crazy. Or did I have him in a stroller?
I think it was like in a stroller or something.
I think I had him in a stroller then, yeah.
Yeah, so I might do that or go somewhere to watch it. It just depends on how lazy I am, if I get out of bed or not. But that's the bad thing about being a soccer fan on the West Coast, is that you got to wake up early to watch these games. East Coast, you got what? 7's the earliest, right?
7.
So
7 Saturdays.
So we got 4 in the morning over here, which is ridiculous. Like the late game for us, like the late Premier League, 9:30 here. So that's 12:30 over there. So it's like
you got DVR and wake up at 7 your time.
and not pay attention.
Most of the time,
exactly.
Most of the time I end up waking up. I used to DVR it, but then now I just wake up and watch the games live. So
I like that.
I walk around like a zombie for the rest of the day.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
I get up and watch the United games at 7 in the morning.
My man. I talked to Ethan many a times at 7 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 4 o'clock over here. I don't get up for the 4:30 games, man.
And we'll have
even if Chelsea's playing at 4:30, I don't get up for 4:30 game. Nope, don't do it.
Ugh.
That's why I like La Liga start times. La Liga, they be having games at like.
Oh, they play shit.
What?
Boom. Well, there it is. Freddie, go ahead, send us home.
You already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I have the luxury of being on You Hear It Here First with your boy, Charlie Harden. If you want to talk beer, if you want to talk sports, this is the place to do it at. I'm Freddie Rodriguez, better known on Craft Beer Nation as one of the members, a.k.a. do Puerto Ricans even watch soccer? I'm not sure, but I do. I may be the only one. A.k.a. if you want to have a beer in Boston, I'm the guy to talk to. A.k.a. if you see me in Target eating Lunchables, leave me alone. I'm doing my thing, trying to save money.
Approach me like an earth sign mammal, nigga.
A.k.a. chilling with my boy, Ethan. He's in Ohio doing his thing. A.k.a. washed up shoreline. We already know, inside joke. Holla at him. Antonio, what up? LA Galaxy in the house. Big fan of soccer.
West Side.
Doesn't like to chug beer.
West Side.
Never wakes up for 4:30 games because, goddamn it, he don't got the time to do it.
Nigga said washed up shoreline.
Hey, you try living out here on the West Coast, being a soccer fan.
However, as I said before, this is the place to talk beer. This is the place to talk sports. Thank you for having us on. You can catch us most likely Sunday or Monday when we talk about the World Cup finals and other bullshit and drink some beers. Until then, we'll talk to you later. Deuces.
Peace.
Washed up shoreline. That's fucked up.
We out.